Hello everyone, I am Professor Shivchilesh Guddodgi. Welcome you to the lab series on C programming laboratory. So today we are discussing the experiment number 4. The aim of the experiment is we are developing a program to find reverse of a positive integer and check for palindrome or not. And we also need to display the appropriate messages. The purpose of this experiment is we are going to understand the if and while loop. So the applications of while loop in C programming is that in a C, the while loop is used whenever you want to execute a block of code repeatedly with a checked condition before making an iteration. So that's why the while loop is called as entry controlled loop. If you want to check the condition after each iteration, you can use do while loop. So that means whenever you are checking the condition at the last, then you can use the do while loop. That's why it is called as the exit controlled loop. The input for this program is we are entering a positive integer, and the output is we are getting a reverse number, and we are going to display whether the entered number is palindrome or not. The algorithm of the program is we are going to read a number, and we are storing that number in a temporary variable, and we are using the while loop. So this while loop will be executed until n is not equals to 0. So until and unless the n is not equals to 0, these three statements will be executed repeatedly. So that is what remainder is calculated by the n mod 10, and the reverse is calculated as reverse into 10 plus remainder, and the new value of n is calculated by the n divided by 10. And if the temp and the calculated n value are same, then we are going to print it as the reverse number. So that is what if temp is equals to the reverse, then we'll print the num is a palindrome, or else we are going to print entered number is not a palindrome. So this is the flowchart of the given program. So let us see the actual program of the experiment number 4. So before that, let us see what is the definition of a palindrome. A palindrome is a word or a number or a phrase, other a sequence of characters which reads the same backward as forward. That means, so the backward and the forward, if it reads the same, so that type of word, number, phrase, or other sequence of characters, we call them as a palindrome. For example, madam. So if you read them in a forward manner, it is reads as madam, and if you start reading from the backwards, then also it reads the same, that is a madam. So then we call it as a palindrome. Now here in this case, a race car, if you read it from left to right or you read it from the right to left, it is once again reads it as a race car. This is for the word. Now if you consider the number, that is a 1221, if you read it from the left to right or you read it from the right to left, it is once again the same number. So one more example is 91019, or you read it from the right, that is 91019. So these type of words and numbers, we call them as the palindromes. Now let us see the explanation. So for that, what we are doing here, so once again the normal thing, hash include std.h and the main function. So the stdio.h is used for using the printf and the scanf function, and the program should always start from execution from the main function. Now what we are doing, we are displaying the message as printf enter a number. Consider that I entered the number as 1221. from the keyboard. As I'm reading the values from the keyboard, I am going to use the scanf function. So the scanf function, as it is reading only one value from the keyboard, it is a percentage D. So the percentage D indicates whatever the number you are entering is a integer. So that's why I'm declaring n as the integer. Okay. Now, so that is what the n will be. I have entered as 1221. So that means the n value will be now n is equals to 1221. So whatever the value of n, I am storing it in the temp. So whatever the value of n, I am storing it in a temp. So that means now your temp variable will also contains the same value of n, that is 1221. Now you check the first iteration here. Okay, we'll consider this column first here. Now, where the first one is n not equals to 0. Here the n value is 1221. Whether 1221 is not equals to 0. Yes, 1221 is not equals to 0. That means we evaluate it as true. So whenever it is true, so it will enter into the while loop. So whenever it is true, so it will enter into the while loop. So now in the while loop, we are going to calculate the remainder value, reverse value, and the n value. So the remainder is calculated as n mod 10. The remainder is calculated as n mod 10. Here the n value is 1221 mod 10. So as we know that in arithmetic operators, the modulus operator will always give you the remainder. The modulus operator will give you the remainder. So the remainder of 1221 modulus 10, you are going to get the remainder as 1. So next one, we are calculating the reverse. So reverse is calculated by the formula reverse into 10 plus remainder. Okay, so the previous value of reverse we have already initialized it to the 0. Okay, so that is what 0 into 10. Why it is 0? Because we have already initialized the previous value of reverse is equals to 0. That's why it is 0 into 10. So what is the value that you have calculated in the previous step? That is the remainder. So the remainder that you have already calculated as 1. That's why it is plus 1 here. So the 0 into 10 is 0. So 0 plus 1, you have got it as 1. So next, I am going to calculate the value of n. So the value of n is calculated as n divided by 10. So the n value is 1221 divided by 10, and you're going to get it as 122. So as both the values are integer, so the integer division always eliminates always it truncates the fractional parts. So that's why you are only going to get the 122 instead of 122.1. Okay, because it is an integer division. Integer division will truncate the fractional part. Now, once again, now we'll move to the iteration 2. So in the iteration 2, the new value of n is 122, because in the iteration 1 you have calculated the new value of n as 122. Whether 122 is not equals to 0, yes, 122 is not equals to 0, which is true. So true means once again I am going to execute the while loop. So here in this case, the new value of n is, that is a n mod 10 here is 122 mod 10. So the modulus operator will give you the remainder. We got the new remainder as 2. So the reverse is calculated as reverse into 10. So the previous reverse value you have calculated as in the first iteration as 1. So that's why it is 1 into 10 plus 2. Why 2 here? Because you have calculated the new remainder value as 2, it is 2. So 1 into 10 is 10. 10 plus 2, you got the new reverse value as 12. Now, the new value of n is calculated by the formula n by 10. So the n value was 122 divided by 10. So once again, you got the 12. So integer division always truncates the fractional parts. That's why you got the n value as 12. Now in the iteration 3, so once again we are checking the new value of n, that is at 12. So 12 is not equals to 0, which is true. So true means once again we are going to execute the while loop. Now we are once again calculate the remainder. So that is 12 mod 10, and we are going to get the remainder as 2. So the reverse value is calculated by the formula reverse into 10 plus remainder. So the previous value of reverse was 12, as you have already calculated in the iteration 2. So it is a 12 into 10 plus 2. So 12 into 10 is 120 plus 2 is 122. And so the new value of n is calculated by the n by 10. So the n was 12. 12 divided by 10, you got it as 1. Okay. Now we'll move to the iteration number 4. So the new value of n was 1. So 1 is not equals to 0, which is true. So true means once again we are going to execute the while loop. So the new value of remainder is calculated as 1 mod 10. We got the remainder value as 1. So the reverse is calculated as reverse into 10 plus remainder. So the previous value of reverse was 122. So that's why it is 122 into 10 plus 1. You got it as 1221. The new value of n will be 1 divided by 10. You got it as 0. Okay, because you got it as 0 point some value, because both the numbers are integer. So we are only get the whole part. The truncation will be done for the fractional part. Now for the iteration number 5, so the new value of n you have calculated as 0. 0 not equals to 0. So we are going to get it as false. So 0 is not equals to 0. We are going to get it as false. So false means the while loop will not be executed. So that's why it will come out of the while loop. So come out of the while loop means this part will not be executed. So next we are going to print the reversed number. So the reversed number, the previous reverse number is 1221. So the reverse number is printed as 1221. So this statement and these statements are same. Now we are going to check whether the temp value is equals to the reverse value. So the temp value here is 1221, and what about reverse value? So the reverse value is also 1221. So temp is equals to reverse. That's why it is true. Whenever it is true, we are going to print the statement as the given number is palindrome. That's why we are printing the message as the given number 1221 is a palindrome. So else part will not be executed. This will complete the program execution. Now we'll see the example number 2. Okay, so in the example number 2, we have read the value of n as 1, 2, 3, 4. We are storing that value in a temporary variable. So that's why the temp is equals to n is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you see the first iteration. So the first iteration is 1, 2, 3, 4 is not equals to 0. So that means it is a true value. So true means I need to execute the while loop. Okay. So I need to execute the while loop. So that's why I am going to calculate the remainder as 1, 2, 3, 4 mod 10. You got the remainder value as 4. Next one, the reverse is calculated by the formula reverse into 10 plus 4. Here the reverse value is, as you have initialized to 0, you will take the 0 only. It is 0 into 10 plus 4, you got it as 4. And the new value of n is calculated by the formula n divided by 10. That is what? 1, 2, 3, 4 divided by 10. And you got it as 123. So this completes the first iteration. Now we'll go for the second iteration. Now in the second iteration, we are once again checking whether the new value of n is not equals to 0 or not. So the new value was 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 is not equals to 0. Yes, which is a true. So true means once again the while loop will be executed. Now here in this case the remainder is equals to 123 mod 10 mod 10. It will give the remainder value as 3, and the reverse is calculated is equals to 4 into 10. 5 4 here, because the previously calculated value of reverse is 4. So that's why it will be 4 into 10 plus 3, and you got the value as 43. So the new value of n will be 123 divided by 10, and you got it as 12. After the completion of the iteration 2, we'll go move to the iteration number 3. So in the iteration number 3, once again we are checking whether the value of n is not equals to 0 or not. So the new value of n is 12. So the 12 is not equals to 0. That means which is true. So true means once again the while loop will be executed. Here in this case, the 12 mod 10, you are going to get the remainder as 2. So the reverse, you are going to calculate it as 43. 43 because, so the previous value of reverse is 43. It is 43 into 10 plus 2. You are going to get 432 as the reverse number. And the new value of n will be 12 divided by 10. You are going to get the new value as 1. This completes the iteration number 3. Now we'll go to the iteration number 4. So the new value of n is 1. 1 is not equals to 0, which is true. That means I am going to execute the while loop once again. So the remainder is calculated as 1 mod 10. You got it as 1. So the reverse is calculated as the previous value is 432. It is 432 into 10 plus remainder value. So you got it as 4321. And n is calculated as 1 divided by 10. So the 1 divided by 10, you got the new value of n is 0. So we'll move to the next iteration 5. So 0 is not equals to 0, which is false. That means the while loop will not be executed. Okay. As while loop will not be executed, I am going to print the reverse number. So the reverse number is 4321 will be printed. Next, that I am checking the condition whether the temp is equals to reverse. So the temp value was 1234 and the reverse value is 4321. 1234 is not is equals to 4321, which is false. So false means I am going to execute the else part. Okay. So in the else part, I am going to print the message as the given number is not a palindrome. So that's why the message printed is the given number 1234 is not a palindrome. Thank you.